All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Watch Well Behind the Curtain, where we essentially do whatever I want to do because it's my podcast. And we're going to have a bunch of different speakers coming up shortly. We are going to talk to a very, very special guest, and you guys aren't going to want to miss it. Stay tuned. Pastor Doug Wilson.
Hi.
It's an honor to talk to you, sir.
Good to be with you.
I know your time is short, so I'm going to jump right into some rapid-fire questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You said, so if you are going to watch a movie, are you an action guy or a drama guy?
I prefer action.
Action? Me too. Superheroes or historical epics?
Superheroes can be fun occasionally, but they're too cartoony for me as a general rule.
Are they? Too cheesy?
Well, cartoony.
Okay.
It's like not cheesy, because if you do it self-aware, that if you're aware of how cheesy it is, it's not cheesy.
Okay, fair enough. I like that.
Right.
Would you ever go to a theater, or would you just want to stream it at home?
So I occasionally go to a theater. Sometimes Nancy and I we get away, go to the city for
just to get out a little bit.
Get out a little bit, and we'll sometimes hit the theater there. Or if there's a movie that has a lot of buzz that we really want to see, we'll sometimes go and see it in the theater release.
Okay.
But most of the movies we watch at home.
At home? Okay, cool. So when you go to the theater, are you a popcorn or a candy guy?
Popcorn.
Popcorn? Okay, yeah. Cool. I would love to get your opinion on the effect movies and pop culture have on the Christian, or maybe the potential effect, and how we can safeguard ourselves as Christians from the worldview and the negative indoctrination, if you will. So if you could talk about that a little bit. We've all been there. You've been inspired by a new creative idea, but you've got 3 videos in the queue that need to be edited by the deadline. Or deciding to hire a full-time editor can feel like throwing money at the wall after salaries, benefits, and equipment. It could leave you frustrated and be a burden on your content schedule when editing stacks up. We want to help you bridge the gap. It's really simple. Log into your dashboard, sync cloud drives, and send us your raw files. And we'll do the rest. Worried about the final cut? With our 2 unlimited plans, you don't have to worry about revisions. We'll do it until it's right. We keep you in the driver's seat as content creation depicts the creator. Log into your project management dashboard via Notion for direct, instant communication, and watch your project reach each phase of editing until completion. You create, and we just do the work. Vindicated Productions, removing the burden from content creation.
Movies are obviously stories, and stories are narratives. Narratives shape the way you think about the world.
Amen.
Okay, and you, in order to tell a story, you have to figure out early on who's the protagonist, who's the antagonist, who's the villain, who's the bad guy, who are we fighting, who are we rooting for. If there's no antagonist and no protagonist, you've wandered into a nihilistic job.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, and you're probably not going to enjoy yourself anyway. So, but even perverse movies are perverse because they invert who's the
good and the bad.
The good and the bad, but they need a good and the bad.
Yeah, they have to have it. Yeah,
they have to have it in order for the story to hang together.
Yeah, that's right.
And so, consequently, narrative wins basically, and the Christian worldview has a narratival structure that is superior to all others, and even the bad guys have to borrow that narratival structure.
Amen.
In order to get it to work.
Right.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. They just don't have a justification for it.
Correct. So if I said once there was a little boy named Tommy who lived in a castle by the sea, and he was told by the fairy, not under no circumstances was he to open the door in the North Tower. Okay. What do we know right now? We know he's going to open the door in the North Tower. We don't know why, but he's going to think it's a good idea at some point. A lot of trouble is going to ensue.
It's like that foreshadowing.
Yeah. And then he's going to be used somehow to put that trouble right.
Right.
We know all that. Well, how do we know that? Well, that's the story of our race. That's Adam in the garden.
That's it.
That's it. Or if I said once upon a time there was a king who had 3 sons, what do I know instantly? Well, I know that the third one is going to get the girl.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
That's classic storytelling structure, right? Three sons, and you're going to have son number 1, son number 2, son number 3. That's the structure of the parable of the Good Samaritan, right?
Yep.
The priest goes by, the Levite goes by. That's the structure of the little engine that could.
Yeah. Right.
Those sorts of classic structures have authority, and they work the way they do for a reason.
Right.
And so basically the bad guys take those structures and then try to shuffle around they
distort it.
They distort it, like who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, what are the laws that we can break and what are the laws we can't break.
Yeah, and you see this with the anti-hero, right? Like
right.
the common or the more modern anti-hero where the bad
right.
guy is the good guy.
Right.
You know,
right.
like maybe Deadpool or
yeah.
something of that effect, you know,
right.
Wolverine. Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. I really appreciate you sitting down with me. It's been a pleasure listening to all your sermons.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Hey, guys, it's Parker from the Watch Well Podcast. If you liked this video, we want to go ahead and have you subscribe right here on this button. If you want to watch the full podcast episode, go ahead and click right here. And if you want to watch another Watch Well clip, go ahead and click right here. And remember, if you're going to watch well. We'll see you in the next one.